From the mid-Atlantic to New England, 30 million Americans brace for the first blizzard, the first big one of 2015. It will bring frigid temperatures, near hurricane force winds, and snow that could top 3 feet in the hardest hit places. Millions of school children already sent home early today, be home again tomorrow, maybe throughout much of the week. 5,000 airline flights already canceled, stranding travelers from D.C. to Boston and beyond. 7,000 New York State National Guard troops have been called up. Home games tonight for the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets already postponed. But given the seasons they're having, that may not be all bad. And just outside our studio doors, the snow is already piling up. And with worries growing now about the size of the storm and its disruptions, along with downed power lines, shuttered commuter railways, and impassable roads, how much damage could a major storm like this do to the U.S. economy? Steve Liesman has the details.
If it's as massive a snowstorm as what's being predicted, there will be some negative economic impact, measured in work not completed, lost hours, and lost pay. Much depends not so much on the amount of snow that falls, but over how wide an area, how quickly it's cleared, and how soon people can get back to work.
What's really important from an economic perspective as it relates to metro areas and the costs to cleaning up snow, it's more important the number of storms, not the amount of the storms. If you've got 10 storms where you've got 5 inches, that has a bigger impact than if you've got one storm with 50 inches.
Some work can be made up, some is lost forever, and yet in the internet age, if the power lines don't go down, a lot of work gets done from home. But a single massive snowstorm, if that's all it is, and here's hoping that's the case, won't rise to the level of last year, which had both unusually cold temperatures and lots of snow that was widespread, leading to a surprise 2.1% decline in growth in the first quarter. It was so big, many doubted it could be weather-related. But growth bounced back, as did jobs, and some of the GDP in the next 2 quarters, averaging a whopping 4.8%, was a weather-induced snapback. A big part of last year's decline was the cold and snow in places that don't usually have it, like the South. But this storm, although dangerous and massive, is hitting in a place that has come to expect large storms. In fact, data for the New York City area show there have been more big snowstorms of 15 inches or more in the current 25-year period than in any quarter century since 1790. And most of those storms have happened in the past 11 years, for a major snowstorm about once every 2 years. So it's almost the rule rather than the exception. It's not a storm to be taken lightly, but as far as the economics go, New York City is tough, and so is the nation's economy. It will take a lot more than a single blizzard to cause growth to skid off the tracks. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Steve Liesman.